Have you ever noticed how some businesses just seem to have like lines of customers? Like people just like really eager to buy stuff, and then other businesses are just kind of struggling to get anyone in the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're diving into today.
Yeah.
We've got some really fascinating work from Arup Bhattacharjee,
Right.
who really breaks down this idea of why businesses lose value over time, and he uses a really interesting example of a supermarket and a local farmer,
Right.
which I think is a great comparison.
It's brilliant. Yeah. It highlights these two, like, totally different approaches to how you can attract customers, right?
Yeah.
You've got product push versus customer pull.
Okay, so like the supermarket is kind of like the ultimate product push, right?
Yeah.
They've got like everything you can imagine. They've got low prices. They're open all the time.
Right. 24/7.
24/7. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
total convenience.
Yeah, they're making it as convenient as possible. They're trying to like just attract everyone to come in.
Yeah. It was maximize that customer base.
Yeah. Right, exactly. But here's the thing. It's like you go to the supermarket and there's always someone complaining about something.
Always, right?
There's always something wrong.
Yeah, it's like too cold, or, the line's too long, or they don't have the thing you want, or, it's just never quite perfect.
Right.
And that's a great point, because that kind of ties into what Bhattacharjee is saying about this idea of losing value.
Yeah.
Like, the supermarket, despite all of that convenience they're offering, right, they often struggle to create a sense of, like, unique value for customers. It just becomes kind of another place to get groceries, right?
Yeah.
Interchangeable.
Yeah, exactly. And then on the other hand, you've got like the farmer, at the farmer's market,
Right.
and they have a very limited selection.
Yeah.
They're only there on certain days.
Yeah.
Their prices might even be a little bit higher.
Sometimes.
Yeah. But there's like a line of people waiting to get their produce.
Yeah.
Like, what is the secret sauce there?
Well, that's the beauty of what we call customer pull, right? The farmer is not like pushing their product on anybody. They're not like being super salesy, it's more like
Right.
they're offering something that's unique, something that people actively seek out, even if it means, going a little bit out of their way,
Yeah.
taking a little extra time.
So they're creating this kind of like sense of value
Exactly.
that,
People are willing to, go the extra mile for.
yeah. And think about what happens like if prices go up, right?
Yeah.
At the supermarket, people are like, they'll switch to the cheaper brand or they'll cut back on buying certain items.
Right. They're going to look for a substitute or just buy less or whatever they got to do.
Right. Whereas the farmer's customers are much more likely to just kind of be like, okay, well, I'm still going to get my tomatoes.
Exactly right. They've built up this loyalty.
Yeah, they're loyal.
It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because it means that the farmer has actually created this perception of value that goes beyond just price or convenience, right?
Right.
It's about the quality of the product, the freshness, maybe even a sense of community.
Yeah.
Like you're supporting a local farmer,
It's like the experience.
It's an experience, right? It's not just buying a tomato.
Yeah.
It's like buying into this whole kind of, ethos.
Yeah. So if we were going to like tie this back to Bhattacharjee's work,
Yeah.
it almost seems like the farmer is kind of unintentionally using some of these concepts, like minimum viable product, right?
Right.
They're focused on like what their customers really want,
Right.
which are those amazing tomatoes.
That's their core offering.
Yeah, and they're just like nailing it.
Yeah, they're delivering it exceptionally well.
Yeah, and by doing that, they've
Yeah.
kind of naturally created this sense of scarcity and exclusivity.
Absolutely.
Like you can only get those tomatoes at the farmer's market
You can't get them at...
on those specific days.
Exactly.
And that kind of makes the experience and the product itself feel more valuable.
Totally. It's like, it's that idea of, less is more in a way. Like by having that limited availability, it actually makes it more desirable.
It's like the difference between going to the car dealership and just like getting whatever's on the lot.
Right.
Versus like waiting 6 months for the exact model that you really want.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And, it really makes you think about like your own purchasing decisions.
Mhm.
Are you someone who's always like drawn to convenience? You just want the easiest, quickest option?
Yeah.
Or are you willing to like put in a little extra effort to get something that you feel is like really special and unique?
Yeah.
You
So we've gone deep on, product push versus customer pull,
Yeah,
the importance of value perception,
absolutely.
and how businesses can really thrive by focusing on what their customers genuinely want.
It all comes back to the customer in the end, right?
Yeah.
You got to understand what they're looking for and deliver on that. And as you kind of go about your day, pay attention to those moments when you're like really genuinely excited to buy something.
Was it driven by convenience? Was it driven by price? Or was there something else at play?
Yeah.
Something deeper, something more intangible.
Yeah.
Just something to think about.
That is food for thought.
Indeed it is.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.